Brought to you by Penguin.
The Amberglow Candy Store by Hiyoko Kurisu. Read by Susan Momoko Hingley and Kenichiro Thomson.
Prologue. Welcome. We don't get many humans here. Spirits and spectres, yes, but humans must be in an exceptionally precarious and unstable state to find their way to Gloaming Lane. The lane is at the very edge of the otherworld. After all, a handful of stores and businesses in a forgotten place, home only to outcasts like myself. Oh, of course, I neglected to introduce myself. I am Kogetsu, proprietor of the Amberglow Candy Store. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. In any case, if you have found your way here, something must be troubling you, deeply enough to cast your very existence into doubt. How can I tell? Call it intuition. Have you found a confection that takes your fancy? Excellent. Allow me to wrap it for you at the counter. This way, please. No, pardon me, but I must insist that you refrain from peeking into our rear storeroom. What was on the shelves in that large cabinet, you ask? I couldn't possibly comment. After all, curiosity did kill the cat. Here are your sweets. Be sure to enjoy them in the recommended manner, and at the recommended dosage. Our wares can have unforeseen effects, and we take no responsibility for any event arising from their consumption. Caveat emptor, as they say.
Chapter 1. Craving more confections. I missed my boyfriend. He hardly ever texted or called me anymore. I knew it wasn't his fault he had so little time for me. He was busy studying for his college entrance exams, but I was still lonely. When he told me he wouldn't have much free time before the big exams, I dutifully assured him it was all right, playing the perfectly understanding girlfriend. But I hadn't realised there would be practice exams every single month. At least you have a boyfriend, my friends would tell me. You should count your blessings. They didn't understand at all. My boyfriend was 1 year ahead of me in school. I'd had a crush on him since junior high, where he was president of the student council. He was so cool and so smart, but always friendly and kind to those around him. I was smitten. I studied myself half to death to get into the same high school as him, but for most of my first year there, all I could do was admire him from afar. When I finally worked up the courage to ask him out, he said yes. Me, a completely average person, not especially beautiful or brainy, dating someone as perfect as him. It was like a miracle. But the honeymoon only lasted until spring break. Once he started his third year of high school, he had to buckle down and study for college entrance exams. Weekend dates were a thing of the past. We didn't even walk to and from school together anymore, because he was always either at cram school or in the study rooms revising. We were still an item, of course, which should have been better than pining for him from afar. But the truth is, I was more anxious than ever. I didn't want him to get sick of my selfishness. I didn't want him to decide I was too much of a hassle and break up with me. But I did want to see him. I wanted to hear his voice. I wanted him to show more affection.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?